In the previous session, we covered the basic mechanics of microphone positioning, how to perform a break technically, and the fundamental manner of speaking on the radio. In this session, we're going to delve more into the artistry of radio voice technique by giving you a four-step outline for effective announcing known as prepare, rehearse, edit, and perform. Radio competition, especially in vehicles, has developed from radio station versus radio station to radio station versus everyone. That is, after years of primacy and preeminence on a vehicle's dashboard, we now have to share the stage with satellite radio, apps, podcasts, and talking books. Take, for instance, connected cars with access to Sirius XM, Pandora, Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, and downloaded music on smartphones. We are fortunate, however, that radio advantages include localism, habit and familiarity, ease of use, and reach with our free over the air broadcasts. Radio is also adaptable to changing technologies and consumer trends. Radio is now accessible on computers, smartphones, and smart speakers. A station's investment in owning local content and great personality is essential for radio survival in this ever changing digital and technological world. You, as a local announcer, are a key component to the success of terrestrial radio stations by offering that local touch to already compelling programming. For decades, there was a hand drawn poster hung in KANW's control room that said, "Failing to prepare is preparing to fail." Written, of course, before it became cliche, but truer words have never been spoken with regards to broadcasting. Preparation is crucial for success. One of the first steps of preparation is to listen to your station. Know what's going on, the programming schedule, air schedule, station events, website, social media, and all of its public faces. Familiarize yourself with all aspects of your station. While you are at work, don't turn the volume of the studio speakers down too low or all the way silent between your live breaks. Pay attention to the lyrics and beats of the music, the interview being presented on a syndicated talk show. If we expect our listener to pay attention to our show, shouldn't we join them? Another important preparation point is to know your audience. Familiarize yourself with the station's format and its marketing objectives, who they're trying to reach, how many listeners are there. Understand how listener behavior may affect your breaks. What are they doing while they listen? Are they driving to and from work? Are they at work? Are they running errands in a more leisurely drive on the weekend? Where are they? Why are they listening? Your live breaks should relate clearly and beneficially to the typical or average listener. When thinking about what to say during your break, ask yourself, who cares? Is it important? Does it relate to a target listener? How can I keep them listening and away from their smartphone, connected car, or from hitting the seek button? Will what I'm about to say be so interesting or funny that it will prevent them from doing that? Remember, your job is to inform, entertain, enlighten, and enhance the programming. An open microphone is not the place to air your grievances about coworkers, management, lovers, or landlords. Editorializing is also not allowed, meaning when an announcer goes out of their way to offer an opinion about something other than the programming itself, such as their views on controversial community issues, politics, or religion. There should always be a clear separation between the station's entertainment, public affairs, and news programming. Remember, it's always all about the listeners, because without them, there is no success, no revenue, no jobs, no ratings, no nada. One of the biggest ways radio stations maintain their listenership with the ever growing amount of competition is by staying local. Good announcers do the best job of reflecting the positive qualities of the market back to their listeners. Show prep is a key component of getting local. Keep up to date with current events and affairs, with artist and celebrity news, this day in history as it relates to your audience, local sporting events, community traditions, or simply the day to day occurrences that your audience can relate to. Know what's happening in your community and talk about it, even if it's just a short mention during your promos and weather. Listeners depend on the personal touch that comes from announcers that live in the community, from announcers that people may know, and from a station that is viewed as a constant and helpful neighbor. Whether you realize it or not, you are now in show business. Being an announcer is an acting job, and just as no professional actor would go on stage with no lines memorized, no ideas organized, and no direction known, neither should you open the microphone without a plan. Be sure to pre read any and all copy before airing so that it is communicated effectively and confidently to the listener. For example, when we pre read, we can look up the correct pronunciation of a word to prevent a stumble. If you don't know something or aren't sure, don't talk about it or admit it. Who likes hearing a bad liar? When in doubt, double check. Research any unknown words, topics, history, or news ahead of time. When we are familiar with the material, we gain confidence and will have command over the words and give them the right emphasis and inflection. This preparation and confidence also allows you to look up from your copy while still speaking with your hands, ready to trigger the next event immediately when you are finished. If you are unfamiliar and unsure about the copy you're reading, there will be a dead space between the end of your break and the beginning of the next element because your eyes will remain on the copy throughout, then move to see where and how to trigger the next event.